First set. Serena Williams to serve. Ready? Play.
15. Wide first looked like that was a close call too, first return.
Well, and you can see Venus already taking a couple big steps inside that baseline to return Serena's second serve. And that's what she needs to do. You want to take that serve early, prevent it from getting up on you.
These two obviously know each other better than anybody else knows them. They've been out there hitting tennis balls at each other since the age of 5 and 6. And they don't really like to do this. To have to play each other is not their choice, for sure. This is the luck of the draw that puts them together in the quarterfinal. They're quite public in saying if we have to play each other, we sure would rather have it be in a final.
This is what I look for to gauge how she's playing and how she's feeling, and that is her forehand. And her forehand has been impeccable throughout the tournament so far, and that's such a key factor for her. I can't imagine what these two must go through having to play each other, because I can only think of the closest person to me is Lindsay. She was like a sister to me, and having to play her was always brutal. And neither of us liked it. And I think for these two women, as you do with sisters and good friends, you take care of each other and you look out for each other and you always want the other person to do well. And I imagine it's so difficult for them to have to play each other and that's the tough part about tennis. Someone's going to win, someone's going to lose, someone's going to go home.
And naturally, reporters ask about this issue. What's it like to play against your sister? It must be very difficult. And it was a foreign journalist and whose English was good, but I think some things did get lost in his translation of this question to her, asking, well, was it kind of her time, your time to win, and so on, you know, and it was taken by Venus as a suggestion that, you know, perhaps they could arrange that, if you will. And I'm not sure the reporter really meant it that way, but it doesn't matter. She took it that way, and she was quick to say, we're both professionals, and we try our best no matter who we're playing, and that includes against each other. And, you know, I resent the very notion that that would occur. And they've had to kind of live with that over the years, over their career, that people might wonder and question it. But in the Wimbledon final, I don't think anybody, they were hammering it away at each other, and there wasn't any reason to think that they weren't trying their very best on every front.
I've never been one to think that the matches have been fixed. I think that the lack of performance or the fact that the matches haven't lived up to the hype is just a symptom of the fact that it's very difficult for these two women emotionally to have to play each other.
Sure, there's extra tension that wouldn't apply in any other group.
And I think that's the reason that the tennis hasn't necessarily been of the highest quality or the quality that we would anticipate. The Wimbledon final, and I agree with you, was a case where it did live up to the hype, and it was a very high quality of tennis.
30-15 for Venus. Double fault, 30 all. Crowd very silent and very much, I think, waiting to see some of that tension dissipate that they can feel. Players get into it and get some rallies.
I think it's difficult for the players, and I also think it's difficult for the crowd, because how do you decide who you want to cheer for? Both of these women so popular.
Game point for Venus to even here. Opening games of the first set.
That Venus's second serve is not as good as Serena's, and that's what she struggles with because she doesn't have the top spin on her second serve that Serena does. She mainly slices it, and it's harder to control on a second serve when you can only hit a slice.
Good forehand right to the line. Another game point.
Advantage.
This is the 17th time both of the sisters have appeared in the quarterfinals of a Grand Slam, of the same Grand Slam event. It's just remarkable. It shows the domination of their sport when they're both playing in a lot of the tournaments. So Venus holds to get the 1-all here.
1 game over.
First set. It's also the 17th time that they played each other. We remarked earlier they're dead even, 8 wins apiece. Serena couldn't get to that one.
Slight mishit from Venus off that forehand return. Wins her the point anyway.
Second ace for Serena.
So that's 104 miles an hour. That looked faster than me. Speed gun isn't as accurate when the serves go out wide.
That's it.
It's her first double for Serena, 30-all. Some of the nerves that seem to me to be apparently pretty tight here.
And that's Serena's box. I only say that because I see Jill Schmoller, her agent, in the middle there.
Yeah, that gets tricky too, obviously. Tim Ryan and Karina Moraria were on the Arthur Ashe Stadium court where Venus Williams had just broken the 2-1 here in the first set against sister Serena. From net court and break point.
Thank you.
The players have appeared a little bit tight. The crowd has been just dead silent here for these first 3 games. I think a few rallies would kind of loosen up the crowd as much as it would loosen up the players, and they'll get more involved. Points have been very short, except for one. For Venus, that's her third in 2 service games.
still looks windy down there, and Venus has a fairly high toss on her serve, so that means that there's a lot more room for the wind to move that toss around.
Came in quickly on that short return. That's out the shorthand middle.
It's a better serve from Venus. Good body serve. That's a very effective play against Serena.
Venus was walking. She'll probably challenge that.
The ball was gone out.
It did look like it had the center line.
Yep.
Just take it. Yep.
Thirty all.
Those sisters playing each other's forehand in that rally. That's the weaker side for both of them, and you can see that wind really picking up now.
Game point for 3-1 for Venus. The error from Serena. Serve.
It's one way to get yourself a game point. Venus has a great disguise on that serve because she prefers the wide serve, but she can also hit it flat up the tee with the same toss.
Caught the corner. The deuce.
Serena almost overran this forehand. I think the wind pulled it a little closer into her body and just fought it off inside out. I didn't necessarily know that was where she was aiming the whole time. And it's so interesting because I feel like, and I used to feel this way playing against Lindsay, because you're always thinking about what your opponent's favorite serve is and covering that, and then your opponent knows that you know what their favorite serve is, so they're going the opposite way, and that's what Venus has been doing on those ad points. Serena's covering the wide serve, and Venus is going up the tee. Serena's not expecting it.
Point again here. Long service game for Venus to get to 3-1.
Wow.
Can't do that any better. She's caught her sister flat-footed down the tee there twice in this game for 3-1.
Second serve, especially after a couple doubles in that game.
maybe a sign that at least she's loosening up.
Well, and I think she's going for it,
Yeah.
which she feels like she needs to do against her sister because she knows Serena's looking to attack her first opportunity.
Yeah, that was some service return from Venus on a good serve from Serena.
And that's what happens when you know your opponent so well, you know what to anticipate. And it's a matter of who can keep the other one guessing more often. And I think that's what Venus did so effectively in the last game. She went to the serve that she's not as comfortable with, and Serena wasn't prepared for that.
Love 30.
Second serve at love 30. Serena Williams with Sister Venus coming another step inside. That's
15,
not the ball. Aggressive return. Off the mark. 15-30. Good serve to 30 all. Serena desperate to avoid a second break early in this first set.
So you get a look at Serena with both ankles taped. It's preventative more than anything.
40-30.
Three huge serves from Serena to dig herself out of that love 30 hole, excuse me.
Well, missing the backhand side.
Well, I've said this several times in watching both Williams sisters play, and that was just a lack of footwork from Serena. She hits the ball so well when she has to move to the ball. She doesn't move out of the way as effectively.
Advantage, Serena Williams.
Gets back to deuce with the serve. A difficult hole, but she gets the hole. Sister showing any emotion. The one who would normally be effusive, showing her feelings, is Serena. Venus is kind of a cool customer, but she will start to grunt and shriek when the competition gets tight. But the crowd is just kind of waiting for something here. This has the break, so that's huge. And a good serve for 15 love. Missed it.
I think there was some aggression behind that forehand, a little bit of anger. Serena is so competitive. Doesn't matter if she's playing her older sister. We saw that at Wimbledon. She was visibly disappointed to have lost that final.
Oh, yeah. Serve from Venus. That's too good.
40 love.
Venus does such a great job of moving forward in the court. She does not hesitate.
Second serve for 4-2. excellent
14-15.
return of serve.
Serena taking a page out of Venus's book, what I just said, immediately moving forward. As soon as she saw she hit a good return, took a couple steps inside the baseline. Because not only do you get a better hit at the ball, but you also take so much time away from your opponent, and that's key for both these women because they each move so beautifully that you want to be as aggressive as you can and take as much time away from your opponent as possible.
Venus Williams.
Another good serve by Venus, and she has a hold for 4 games to 2.
Venus Williams.
Her sister
4 games to 2. First set.
Holding this early lead, a break in the 3rd game, and she's now 4-2 in the first. Venus 28, Serena just turned 27.
15. No.
And that serve, Venus's forehand has paid off for Serena. She's won a few free points with that serve. Serena hits with so much power that she really pushes you behind the baseline. If she can incorporate this angle, look at the top spin that she gets on that forehand, got up and down.
Beautiful shot from Venus. Just what you described, she took the sister back with that shot. Serena had no chance to get herself set up for a return into the court.
And that's just a perfect example, that slow motion replay of how well Venus moves inside the court. She hits her shot and she believes in it. So she doesn't wait to see where it's going to go. She hits it and immediately knows and believes that it's going to be a good shot and starts moving forward.
40-15 for Serena. Venus still in front. 3 aces. 4 double faults for Venus, so she's trying to get some consistency in her service still here in the first set, but she has the break and the 4-3 lead.
Serena starting to incorporate that forehand angle. Again, such an effective play because she's pushing Venus behind the baseline and then changing the pace a little bit with that angle, forcing her even further off the court.
A well played point. Starting with her return. So Venus goes here. Body serve again, but it's long. Narrow return from Serena.
Well, and you saw on that return, Serena taking her racket back before Venus even made contact with the serve. She knew it was coming to the forehand, and that's the thing with Venus's second serve. 90% of the time you can anticipate that shot coming to your forehand, so you can be ready and set up to hit that shot.
Well, she was there to hit that, just netted it.
Well, and those are the kinds of shots that she can't afford to miss if she wants to win this match. She's going to need to be prepared for that second serve on the forehand side, but execute as well, because she can't afford to let Venus get away with second serves like that and win free points.
Venus by a clear from Serena.
Serena now starting to pump herself up and show a little more emotion. That was a great pass from Serena. Excuse me, a great shot to set up the pass. She didn't try to go for the outright winner. She took some pace off, dipped that forehand down low, made Venus volley up, and then had the shot that she wanted for the pass.
The break point opportunity for Serena here. Sister Venus has something else in mind. Big forehand drive. Too good.
You can see the slice that Venus Williams produces on that serve. That ball really curving away from Serena. She anticipated, but that spin took the ball a couple feet further away from her.
An excellent return set up that point.
Advantage. Serena Williams.
Sister Venus. Break point again for Serena. Breaker wiped out by Venus.
This is the exact same play from Venus that we saw in the last break point. Great tee serve, slicing it away from Serena, following it up with the forehand down the line approach. She didn't even have to hit the volley. Second serve return error from Serena.
I'm not too happy with that. Venus gained point now for 5-3. Didn't like her toss. Still see some wind blowing around low on the court. Yes, on the first serve. Break point saved, and then she holds for 5-3 in command of this set.
First set.
And she's setting up points so beautifully with that forehand side. She got a little more topspin on that forehand. Gave herself the clearance over the net and doing such a good job, again, of moving forward. to cover the court, and Serena did a great job of staying low, not panicking, and anticipating that forehand cross court.
Good serve. Venus coming in the baseline on first serves from Serena. Serena got that nice and deep, almost at her feet.
The side that's breaking down right now, her forehand. A couple second serve return errors. A few errors from the back of the court as well.
Concentration. Serena wisely stopped her service, but unless this is on the first serve when she does deliver. Double fault. And
that court positioning from Venus, so intimidating. She's just second serve, she is just going to pounce.
That's what she needs there. Just blow it by her. Just going inside the baseline. That was a 113-mile-an-hour serve right down the tee. Well done. Point to get to 5-4. Second.
Serena Williams.
Serena holds to 5-4. It hasn't had rallies. It hasn't had sensational shots. It's had some good tennis, but not the kind of energizing feeling for the crowd. And again, when the two sisters play, there's that innate tension that settles into the crowd as much as it does into the athletes themselves. Venus Williams will serve for the first set at 5-4. Noting that there's so little to choose between the two, it includes prize money. They both have made within a few $100 of each other, $20 million each in their career. They're currently ranked 3 and 4 and 7 on the tour. That's pretty close together as well.
And that was just an awesome point from Serena, and I think this is something she needs to look to do a little more of. She's won every point at the net. She's 5 for 5, beautiful approach, and watch the explosiveness as she closes in on that volley.
Find a way to break here to stay alive in this set. Rally of the first set.
50-0.
Watch Venus's footwork on that forehand. You saw her take those small steps, those small adjustment steps. That's what I think she does better than her sister. She takes those small steps, but look at this movement from Serena. Immediately starts moving forward. She knows she had the shot she wanted.
15 all. 5-4 for the silver Venus Williams. Forehand. A little look here for Serena, 15-30.
And Serena's starting to pick up the level of her play. She's giving herself more opportunities. She's putting the pressure on her sister.
Serve, and that opportunity hit that winner.
15-40.
Venus really going to body serve. It's been her go-to so far. Serena doing a good job of getting out of the way of that return. Great preparation. She takes her racket back so early.
2 break points for Serena. Second serve here. She had 2 break points. 4-3. Venus dug herself out of that one. Can she do it here? 3-5 in the first set.
Great game from Serena. She really stepped it up a notch here in this game. Much more power off the ground, and I love that, looking to come in. I think that's so important for her. That's been the key to her getting back in the set. And I like that she's showing that energy in that fight. That's when she starts playing her best tennis, when she's got the adrenaline going, has that positive body language.
Venus well in on the second serve.
15-11.
Fired right at her. That's the good strategy there.
And it's interesting. I almost feel like Serena came into this match a little bit flat. We talked about how much more emotional she is as far as overtly showing her emotion, and I think that's getting her into this match.
She's getting a little bit more noisy out there.
Well, I think when she came into this match, she's almost, because she's playing her sister, more reserved than she would normally be, and that affects you as a player.
15-11.
Double fault.
When you're used to fist pumping and getting yourself going with that positive body language, as Serena usually does when she's playing her best tennis, if she's trying to be more reserved and more calm, that's an inner battle that you don't want to be fighting on this occasion.
Little shoelace thing here. That one might have been legit. 15 off. Serve. And she comes. It's wide. Played by Serena. By Venus Williams.
I like that we're seeing aggressive play from both women looking to come in, keep the points as short as possible.
annoyed at herself for that miss on the forehand. There's definitely a little more energy in both of their games here. They're picking up the pace, the tempo of their shots and their plays. Serve at 109 from Serena. Shaking off the break point. Venus.
And that's the play I think Serena needs to go to. A couple points ago, they had that long rally, and she went for the forehand down the line. I think she needs to keep going cross court. Venus's forehand is her weaker side. Make her come up with big shots off her weaker wing, especially at critical moments.
But they're the exception. So these two are actually in the upper group age-wise. So it's worked for them, and they've been able to play the sport they still love at the pace they've chosen.
And again, that's a great body serve. Venus has used that serve throughout this evening.
6-5. Serena. So Venus now is serving to use a tiebreak here in the first set. And she's 2 points away from achieving that. Wide.
13-15.
Venus a point away from creating the tiebreak here in the opening set.
Venus Williams.
Not a good return at all by Serena. She was there for that ball. Bad miss, and so now they'll play a tiebreak to settle this first set.
Both players receive one additional challenge.
That's only fitting.
Yes, of course. They're still even.
A tiebreak to break the tie in head-to-head.
All of the above. Serena will serve 1 point. First to 7, you must win by 2. Side for sure. Missed it long.
Serena Williams challenging the right deadline. The ball was going to
Serena's
go.
challenging
Oh,
it.
I thought it was long.
And Serena thought it was long too.
Yeah. And indeed, it was.
Good eye from up here, Tim.
Well,
1-0.
happens to be this angle
Serena
on
Williams.
that line. You can sometimes get it right. Maybe I was just instinctively following Serena. She played it long. Points for Venus Williams. They'll alternate to the rest of the way.
We're definitely starting to see a much higher quality of tennis. Again, Venus doing such a wonderful job of moving forward and great preparation. As possible. This was a great dig. She kept her racket head firm and closed in beautifully. And I think that short volley is such an effective play. She has her sister so far behind the baseline.
Good hustle on Serena's part, but Venus still waiting there at the net. An easy put away. 2 points to 1 Venus. 2 service points to Serena.
Time to try it at 1-2 in the tiebreak, but
I'm stunned
pays off
from the baseline. I mean, that's a high-risk shot.
I mean, she has her sister so far behind the baseline, like Venus's last volley. That short ball is an effective play.
Sure was 2-all.
Venus Williams.
The family members, the friends, the agents, I mean, everybody, this is so agonizing, you know, between the two of them. It's agonizing for everybody. Backhand side. So change ends. Everybody at 6 points.
I think she's motioning that she's not getting in position on that backhand side. It is so windy, and that's where those small adjustment steps come into play, because you have to make sure you adjust your feet if it's windy and the ball's moving around. You can't take those big steps and plant too early, because if you do, the wind will take the ball and you'll be out of position.
motioning about. Sometimes the players, when there's a lot of wind that's really bothering me, they kind of let you know. But
I've seen her do it a couple times,
yeah,
Serena.
Serena earlier on. I'm looking at their jackets on the chairs and so on and trying to see it. But something must account for the fact that they've certainly been off a little bit here and there. Venus still on top.
You mentioned how agonizing it must be for the family. I saw Jill Schmoller, who's Serena's agent, before the match, and she was stressed out trying to get tickets for everybody and assign seats for everyone and which box they were going to sit in and where they were all going to go.
Very complicated. Siblings involved. Second serve. In. Venus anticipating well. It was not a great volley.
Well, and this is where, especially playing singles, Serena shows her a little bit of inexperience as far as where to move at the net, because Venus really only had one option on that shot, and that was a forehand down the line. When you hit a volley like that, you want to make sure you close and cover the line. It's so important. Off on the full run off a very powerful approach to try a topspin lob, especially when it's windy, is very ambitious play.
5 points to 4. Venus on top, 2 service points to her.
That's frustrating for her because that backhand's her best shot.
6 points to 4. It's points now for Venus. Tough one to handle.
6-5.
Serena was ready for that forehand. Venus slipping a little bit on that baseline. But that's the tough part. Look at Venus's head. She pulls her head up to the left, and you know that second serve, especially on a big point like that, is going to go to the forehand, and Serena was ready for it.
Well, an ace from Serena if she's happy with that swing.
That's a huge serve because she's been going tee on most of the big points. And you saw Venus take a couple steps over to that forehand side, and Serena with just the monster serve out wide.
We change ends again, having played another 6 points, and we're all even at 6 points apiece.
And they've been on the court for an hour and 5 minutes, and I don't think either of them spent that amount of time in any of their singles matches.
That's
for
correct.
2 sets.
The average time for Serena was exactly an hour, and just slightly over that for Venus.
Serena winning 75% of points when she comes in, and Venus 80%. And I can't help but think that that's also a result of the fact that they've played a lot more doubles of late. They won Wimbledon, and they won the gold medal in Beijing. Yeah. So they're more comfortable with that kind of movement.
Oh, good point. That's true enough. First set trying to catch up with sister Venus, broke to 5-all, and then even here in the tiebreak she was behind, but comes out on top, 7 games to 6. So Serena winds up with the set in hand here.
But it is really incredible that she pulled out that first set behind the whole way.
It was a total struggle, and there wasn't any indication early on. The edge was always to Venus. She was always doing something just a little bit better in each game.
But the key for Serena as well is I think she started to come in more from the midway point of the first set to the end of the first set.
So Serena changed her fortunes as the set moved along. The first set against her sister Venus, a little more aggressive, coming to the net. 5-all to tie the match at that point, and then even though she fell behind in the tiebreak, she reeled off 4 points in a row. So she has a set in hand. Each of the sisters has won this tournament twice. Serena in 1999, in 2002, Venus in 2000 and 2001.
Interesting to watch the early part of the second set, what happens psychologically to both these women. Sometimes if you pull out a set like Serena did from being behind the whole time, you have a mental lapse early in the second set just because you're so relieved and a little bit stunned that you're a set ahead.
Pulled it off, right, yeah. We'll see.
Can also have the opposite effect where you have the momentum and you carry that through, and your opponent, knowing that they should be a set ahead, they go away for a few games. So we'll see how these women handle the situation in the early part of the second set.
And slowed it down. Big deep breath and took her time coming to the service line at 15-all. And up to 40-15 with some good ground stroking from Venus. serve. Well wide. You can keep the reply in. Hold for Venus to 1 love.
First game. Second set.
I'm not really sure what I'm supposed to say looking at those stats. Not much in it. 3 more unforced errors for Venus. First service percentage so close. Net points 1. Again, both players being very aggressive, trying to come in.
Dead even again.
Yeah.
We're still dead even. We had a tie break to decide the first set, of course. And only by the 2 required point margin. 2-point required margin. 8 points to 6.
Well, in a set like the first set that we saw, this court coverage from Serena, she's so far behind the baseline, still fighting, continuing to run every ball down.
She didn't get enough on that. Right back at Venus. Lots of court to work with for that forehand. Love 30, a little early trouble here in the service game for Serena.
Just finishing my thought about the first set. A set like that where the statistics are so close, it really just comes down to who plays the big points better. In that first set was Serena Williams. Oh.
15-30.
Serve. Serve.
Maybe she needs to just get behind just that little bit. She's played so well from behind throughout this match. And I think Serena almost plays better when she's a little angry.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. That's right. Something irritates her. Yeah. She gets a little upset at herself. She usually picks it up and starts to strike points together.
Does get upset at herself. She can be downright abusive.
Challenge. Ladies and gentlemen, he's in field and turn to the left baseline. The ball is forward.
Well, and you have to be so confident that the ball is out to stop playing in the middle of the point, because if the ball is indeed in, you lose the point.
So a good challenge by Venus.
15-30.
looking back to a year ago at this U.S. Open, the difference in Serena from a year ago is extraordinary. She was not anywhere nearly as fit. She had many reasons to really get down on herself, as we were talking about, and she was getting down on herself, unhappy with her play, wound up getting knocked out of the tournament. Justine Henin was, of course, just spectacular. But it's what a difference a year makes. With both the women, of course, have done so well this year. Serena, major turnaround, and here she is trying to get to the semifinals. One of the favorites, rightfully again in this tournament.
14-15.
Venus at 40-15, down a set. Much to choose between them in the first set. Into the tiebreak, a 2-point margin, ultimately going to Serena. Tiebreak, good return.
14-15.
Long. Serena's starting to get a little more rhythm than she had in the early going of the match. Venus is certainly aware of that. So this should be an interesting set. Good serve from Venus, and she has the hold.
Dimensional. So very fine balance there.
Yeah, they've done it their own way, and the success is there, and their happiness as people, in addition to tennis stars, is there. So good on them. Serena serving here at 1-2 down. She has a set in hand over Venus. Is having to hit good passing shots.
This is what's so incredible about Venus and her athleticism is she moves so well for a tall woman. She has that long extended reach. Chase down so many balls, get a racket on so many shots because she has that long wingspan.
Oh.
Second serve. Serena, no doubt saying, I better get my first one in. Serena at 67%. She's done a decent job to this point. She looks just a lot more loose and fluid now with her strokes. I guess once you get the set in hand against your sister, these two now, they finally can relax a little bit. She's still striking the ball in a much more fluid way, it appears. Still 15-30. Throws in the ace.
I told you, Tim, she just needs to get down just that little bit. Yeah. She was down in the last game, left 30 on her serve. She was down in the first set.
That's exactly right. 5 aces in the match.
Huge miss. That was such a great play. And with that angle, I think the angle is such a great play for Serena. She hits the ball with more topspin than her sister, so she can move that ball off the court. She got the shot she wanted. I almost think that could have been a volley. She got caught there in no man's land.
Venus. And she knocks that one wide, the deuce.
just have to think that Serena needs to get on top of her sister just a little bit. I just don't know if she can continue to play from behind. I mean, she's just giving her sister so many chances, fighting to stay in every game, and she's a set ahead, but you think that Venus is going to capitalize on some of these opportunities eventually.
She's got a second serve here at deuce, so she's in trouble in this service game. Her sister broke her in the first set.
Advantage.
Help from Venus
Serena
there.
Williams.
Game point. That's 2. Forehand was coming back the way it did off that second serve.
Yes.
Easy point for Venus there to deuce again. Dance out the way of that.
Nearly taking Serena out.
Right.
If that had hit her, that would have been Venus's point.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why she had to do a little dance step there. Game point again. Just got to have the first serve. Just it's critical. It's big points. Like that toss. Serve. Good hole for Serena. And the pressure, she knows what the pressure is to get her first serve in. That was a good one.
Second time this set, she's worked her way out of a love 30 deficit on her serve.
So 2-all in the second. Serena with the set in hand. I just think that her overall game is loosened up in a positive way for her. Let's see what happens here. It's just everything is so tight.
She's playing her best tennis when she's been down.
Yes.
And again, I just think that she needs to get ahead a little bit. I just don't see Venus squandering so many opportunities over the course of 2 out of 3 sets.
Good serve. Love. Serena could certainly breathe more easily if she could just be ahead in the set, even if it was only for a game. Just missed, but again had to. That was a defensive shot, a really good play from Venus.
I agree that Serena's loosened up tremendously as this match has gone on, but I really still think that Venus is playing slightly better tennis. Just Serena's playing better on the big points and digging herself out of holes. The general feel to this match is that Venus has been playing just a slight bit better.
Except for the tiebreak.
Except when she gets ahead.
Yeah.
That really doesn't matter.
40-15. Point for 3-2. 2 of them for Venus. Going to stay ahead. And they were among the favorites in the tournament, and to have them meet in the quarter is you know, is not as crowd pleasing or fan pleasing. Anytime they have to play each other is uncomfortable for them, but they acknowledge that if it has to happen, they'd rather have it happen in the final.
15-11.
Well, and I think it's even more disheartening for both of these women and for the tournament as well, because they've been playing so well throughout.
Right,
so I
and
think
you're
it would have
gonna
been
lose one.
guaranteed that they would have made the final had they been on opposite sides of the draw. I don't think you can say that for every tournament they competed.
No, that's true. I mean, this year, the way they have been playing, one could
This tournament, yeah, exactly.
one
this
could
tournament.
sensibly project that.
Yeah.
Although, you know, obviously, Mencheva and Safina might disagree.
But I don't know
and
that I
that-
would even say they were the favorites coming into this tournament. You
I
always
said
have to
among.
count. Yeah,
Yeah.
you always have to count them in the top 5.
Right,
But I
right.
think as far as form goes, Dementieva, Safina,
based on
those two
receiving
players
records.
were
Yeah.
playing better.
15-13.
Yeah, that's true.
As far as the summer hardcourt season.
Right. It's just unfortunate. That's all. I mean,
Yeah,
the fact is
I
that
agree.
one of them is going to be gone. When either one of them could have won the tournament.
Of course.
Serena 15-30. Good deep backhand shot from Venus.
15-14.
Well, there's an opportunity for big sister here to break points. Oh, beauty.
Venus Williams.
There's the break in 4-2 for Venus.
She finally
Venus
gets
Williams
it. She's
leads.
had chances to break in every
4
game
games
this
to
set.
second set.
And that's exactly what I was alluding to in the last couple games. You just get the feeling if she's going to break through with one of these opportunities.
Well, in fact, in the first set, she was up 4-2 with a break. So now the heat is on again on Serena.
It's just how she likes it. Oh, she's got her just where she wants her.
There. Oh, but a better pass from Serena.
Love of team. Love touches.
And that's Venus throwing a temper tantrum.
Yeah, that was terrible, wasn't it? What a bad display of
That's her-
lack of sportsmanship.
That's
Throwing
a
her
fit
racket.
for Venus. There's, relatively speaking, we very rarely see that any emotion from Venus, positive or negative.
She was really ticked off there. She's down love 30. She is genuinely annoyed.
15-15.
So you just step up and hammer an ace. It makes you feel better. And suddenly it's 15-30. Still a little opportunity here for Serena. No, missed it wide. She knew that as soon as she hit it, you could hear her.
15-14.
Two break points to break right back. Serena had to get deeper into the first set to get her break to bring it to 5-all in the first set. That's a good serve. Serena may have been a little over-eager there.
14.
Break point save. gets to deuce.
And Serena was there. That's the serve you have to cover. Venus is down break point. She's gone tee more often than not. That pace just too much for even Serena to handle.
Another big serve. That one only 108, but very deep right to the
Venus Williams.
service line.
Well, and all three serves have gone to Serena's forehand side.
Break point saved, and now a game point. Get to 5-2 here in the second. Just missed. Venus got herself out of the big hole there, and now has a 5-2 lead here in the second set. Elena Dementieva and Elena Jankovic in the other semifinal. Now Serena Williams with a 1-set lead, having won the tiebreak in the first set. 8 points to 6, and serving here to stay in the second set. But she's not challenging. Of 15. A little off that one down the line, and Venus knocked hers long.
I don't know. I'm gonna ask him. I'm gonna tell him to. Ladies and gentlemen, please do not make any call during the rally. Thank you very much.
Complaining that calling out during the point.
Peter Mooney, he of the big pipes from France, in the umpire's chair. Mellifluous bass baritone voice, asking the crowd to be quiet. Be quiet. With a French accent.
30-15.
30-15. Uphill battle here. If she holds, she's still going to be 2 games down in the set.
40-15.
And a point from 5-3. Sister Venus will be serving for the set regardless. Body serve there. Point, say the least. All kinds of fun things happening in that point.
Great hands from Serena in the middle of this rally. Good body serve to start off the point. Down the line approach. Dug that volley up, but watch his great hands. And again, those are the kinds of reflexes that are sharpened with a lot of doubles play. I think that's a volley she might have missed had she not been playing as much doubles as she has been.
Venus now will serve for the second set. That's a good serve, pulled her well wide.
15.
I know you think I'm biased, but I really believe across the board that playing doubles and having success in doubles will definitely help your singles. You get the match play, you get the movement.
Well, then why do more of the big stars play? More do on the women's
Well, I
side
think
than the men's.
more do on the women's side because it's not as physically taxing, especially during Grand Slams. The women don't have to play 4 or 5.
I certainly don't disagree with you, but it's a shame that they don't, even just for the sake of the game.
Well, I don't think they need to play every tournament by any means, and I think at Grand Slams it becomes more difficult because you have late nights and long matches, etc. And these are major tournaments. But I think overall, if you play a little bit of doubles here and there, it translates into better singles play.
Sure.
And I think we're seeing a great example of that tonight because both these women aren't as comfortable at the net, and if they're not playing a lot of doubles, they're awkward up there. And I think the amount of doubles matches that they played coming into this tournament has really helped their singles game.
Williams set points.
For both women. It's so tough watching it on TV because you don't get as good of a feel for how hard these women are hitting the ball.
40-15. 40 love, so Serena's hanging in there, trying to somehow find a way to break, but this is a tough duty against a big server like her sister. Second serve. Well, forehand long from Venus. Fierce hitting from both ends of the court. Williams now, Serena has moved to the win point here. Ball getting behind her, hoping that she can somehow dig back here, prevent the set ending. Good serve. No, long. On that tee. Pointing out, I mean, that's where she's going to want to go most of the time. On that big first serve. Let service. Deuce. Well, that's kind of on Venus there.
Well, I think that's a case of that one really long rally that Serena won at 40 love, translating from 1 point into 3 points. Venus has lost the last couple points, looked a little bit fatigued.
Well, she's controlling the tempo and she's serving, so it's on her.
She only has 20 seconds technically, so she has a limited period of time to recover.
Deuce again to break point to get the 5-4 now.
Serena Williams.
Serena. Tough to close the deal.
Williams challenging the left cross line. The ball was called out.
Linesman might have been unsighted by, who made the call, might have been unsighted by Serena along that line. We'll know momentarily. No, that's going to be an out call. So, the break.
Serena Williams.
And Serena Williams gets out of that difficult situation, bringing it to 5 games to 4. She has served 4-5 now.
Serena Williams.
Serena trying to get the match back even.
Thank you.
5-all, having broken to 4-5. Perfect play, excellent serve. Court, sure-handed
15
forehand.
love.
リーチの長いヴィーナスでも返せませんでした。セットポイントのチャンスがありながら逃したそのヴィーナス。今がっかりしたそんな雰囲気伝わってきましたね。
はい。セレナからこう思い切って打ってきてない、攻め込まれていないのにヴィーナスのミスが出ているんです。
Serena, 5 games all here in the second set.
5 games all, second set.
Now all of the pressure and nerves that were there in both players before this match ever began, as it is every time and has been 16 times previously on this tour. They pulled up strongly out of Venus. So down a set. On serve at 5-all. No room for errors either side, but it's going to be on the shoulders of Venus right now to turn this back her way to try and force a third. serve at 116. Gave her that opportunity to slam the winner. It turned out to be a winning shot. It's too tough to get back.
I was actually talking to Mary Jo Fernandez the other day about how Venus produces the kind of power that she does on her serve. Tossing ideas back and forth, and Mary Jo said she asked Venus how she hits the serve so hard, and Venus said she didn't know.
Happened to her a couple of times. She's right there.
She was almost too close to that.
It's an ouch. Game point Venus for 6-5. Yep.
Venus Williams.
So now Serena to get a hold here to force a tiebreak.
She's game to 5.
Second set.
First set, Serena Williams.
That's her job right now. Double fault. Five in the match for Serena. Her sister was ready to nail it right back at her.
She uses this kind of power from far behind the baseline. She is off the court, and she uses her power to create the angle where Serena uses spin. And as much as I think Serena has a little more versatility in her game with the kick second serve and the spin to move the ball off the court, I think Venus has the slight edge in power. And that's saying something when you're comparing to Serena Williams. If someone's more powerful,
right,
I think Venus is really the only one we can say that about.
30. Venus 2 points away with a second serve here, evening the match. That's to look at. And it doesn't go over for her. About as critical as they can be. By Venus. He's got a set point.
40.
grunts going in her ground strokes, and it was kind of
Serena's
a murmur.
quiet.
Yeah. Hers was kind of just a little murmur. Oh boy, I tell you what. It's just agonizing. Deuce. That's a good serve. 115 from Serena. Point for the tiebreak.
Serena Williams.
It's bouncing up and down, just trying to stay loose. Just you can feel the tension in their bodies all the way up here.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, do not make any calls during the point.
Huge hitting
Thank
off
you
the
very
ground
much.
from Venus.
Nice. First serve.
Great serve.
Serena's done a phenomenal job of mixing up her serves. We've seen her go TY, and she's really
Serena
keeping
Williams.
Venus on her toes on that return, not letting her get a good read on the serve.
That was an absolutely excellent service. Oh. That would have put her in the tiebreak. Gotta shake it off right away.
She didn't get set up with her feet on that backhand. Just ran right through it. You can see her putting her hands down, calming herself down.
Right. Good serve. Good return. Nice. Wonderful point.
How about those wheels from Serena? This would have been, Venus would have won this point 3 times over against any other player.
Advantage. Serena Williams.
Wow.
She fired up.
Ooh, I guess so. And again, I just have to go back and look at the conditioning that she's done to get herself into this kind of shape. But this is this is Serena 10 years ago. It's really quite extraordinary. Wow, that was dynamite. Missed it. She set that point up very well, but couldn't make the winning shot.
Right now from both these women so high, both pushing each other to come up with so many good shots.
Another replay of that point.
Just can't get enough of that point.
Deuce again. That's long. That's long. Coming up with that first serve here in this critical stage. Another point for the tiebreak. footed. Serena tried to outguess Venus, started to move to her right, and the ball came right back behind her.
And I really just can't help but smile. What incredible tennis these two are producing at such critical moments. And Serena just didn't quite have the pace on her ground strokes in that last rally, and Venus taking full advantage.
Deuce again. Serena, I'm sure, has got to be saying, can I just get a cheap point here? Just one of these big serves that my sister can't get a racket on? Like that? Yes, I can.
Yeah, exactly.
I've heard that slogan.
Can will it
recently.
there.
Yeah.
Serena Williams.
Once again, going for the tiebreak. Overruled?
Yep.
First service.
Serena not happy with that call.
The first one.
That would have, yes.
By the linesman.
that would have meant you'd be going into a tiebreak.
Yep. That's wide. And we are anyway. Tiebreak, second set.
I really don't know who to credit here with the mental toughness, because Serena has done a phenomenal job of hanging in there, fighting tooth and nail, even though she's been behind on so many opportunities. But Venus so far has been able to regroup and stay in the set, not let the fact that she squandered all those chances affect her over the course of a few games.
It'll only matter in the tiebreak, the outcome.
So I can reserve judgment
Yes,
until
can.
the end of the
Yes,
set.
you can. Serena on the tiebreak in the first set. That was a miss. First point to Venus. 1-0.
The shot before that forehand, she ran way around a forehand to hit a backhand. So I was automatically thinking for Venus to get that ball to the Serena forehand.
2 service points now for Serena. First to 7 points, you must win by 2. Shot right to her feet, and she scooped it out. Next one was almost past her.
Serena going to this wide serve on the deuce side one too many times. Venus on it immediately.
Zero, and the service points now to Venus. And some kind there that she's steering out of her vision. was a nervous looking
3-1.
move at the ball.
Venus Williams.
And that toss was so low for Venus. Let that toss drop so close to her head.
Missed it. Serena slipped and wound up doing a splits down there.
4-1. Venus Williams.
See her right foot go out from under her. She's apparently all right. Again, it's all about fitness. To 4-2, pardon me. That's why they're changing ends, having played 6 points. One more serve coming to Serena, and the next two will go back to Venus.
Throughout that rally. Just a superb effort from both these women.
Extraordinary display of tennis athleticism there. Great shot making. Another service point to Venus.
Had it.
A million awards. These two women tonight. Venus, 6 points to 3 in the tiebreak.
6-3.
Great anticipation from Venus. A little help from the net.
up.
Defensive shot right on the line.
And the miss from Venus.
I'm running out of adjectives, Tim.
Now you can try spectacular.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Spectacular for sure. Points to 4. Venus still with set points. Right. 6 points to 5.
Tiebreaker. Serena came back and won at 8-6. Let's see if she can dig herself out of this hole.
One set point still on Venus's racket here now. Just good enough lob from Serena.
Not even that. I just think that was complete mistimed overhead. I mean, that was an overhead that Venus will make 9 times out of 10.
Well, I would agree, but she was just still backing up. Yeah.
Well, Serena doesn't like the forehand topspin lob. She tried it the other day and miraculously made one, and they asked her about it in the press conference after a match, and she said, I don't know why I tried that. I didn't like that shot. So for her to try it on such a huge point here is really remarkable.
6-all. Changed ends again. One more service point to Venus. She hit the ball.
Changing the right baseline, the ball was going to go.
Wow, he's letting her challenge that. It actually looked long to me.
The ball was out, but she had indeed struck the ball back. So great for Venus there. Huge break. Another set point. Anticipate that.
Coverage at the net, doing such a great job exploding off the split set, cutting off that angle and closing in on the net. Watch the movement from Serena, and she covered the line, which I like.
Superb play.
Split step, boom. Great job from Serena.
7-all. By 2 in the tie. Several games it was dead silent in here. The players were tight. So was the
Thank you.
audience. How all of that has shifted here.
Thank you.
Now we're all tight for a different reason.
High tension, high drama. Second serve here with match point opportunity for Serena. Twice in the tiebreak. Now hold it.
Venus challenging the left baseline.
Venus is challenging. Serena certain it's out.
Serena was very confident that this ball was out.
Should come down to this.
Wishful thinking or not, but
it is out. And Serena is into the semifinals. This whole crowd here is on its feet, applauding the end of this match. The tremendous finish. Great performance, incredible shot making by both of these players. Serena Williams 7-6 and 7-6.